So Shabbat Shalom. We are doing something a little bit out of some people's normal, and that is we are celebrating Purim, and it's not Purim. Purim actually doesn't start until Monday night and continues through Tuesday. But we like celebrating when we're here. So people are here. So I may have tricked some of you into celebrating Purim, and I can live with that. But we are celebrating Purim tonight. And Purim is a time when you're supposed to be over the top kind of happy. You're supposed to be, in Israel they call it Ad Lo Yada. Their parades are called Ad Lo Yada, which means until you don't know. You're supposed to be so happy that you can't tell the difference between blessing Mordechai and cursing you-know-who. Haman. Boo! So that's part of what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be crazy and over the top. And there is a book that we sometimes use, this one, that has a kids' service in it, but I looked at it, and I didn't want to use it. And I'm sorry for the book, but I'm not going to use it this time. What I decided to do was do a crazy service that's not that book service. You have these books in front of you. I'm just going to do a crazy service from this book. I'm going to jump around a lot, which we're not used to doing. I'm going to do melodies that you're not used to hearing. And we're going to be crazy over the top, but I still want it to be inspirational. I want to remind you that in some ways, some people think that Purim is the ultimate diaspora holiday. It's about when a woman, it's the story of Esther. She marries a non-Jewish guy and saves the world. And not everybody, therefore, turns around and tries to encourage their Jewish daughters to marry rich non-Jewish guys to save the world, because it doesn't always work like that. But somehow we take this and we're inspired by it because they tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat the original holiday that does that. And so we are grateful for that. I started thinking that it's not the only time that we lived in the diaspora, because even our times of wandering in the wilderness was kind of a diaspora trying to make it to the promised land. But in the story of Esther, we were in the diaspora. We were not in the promised land because they kicked us out. It's another story how we got there. But we were okay where we were. We were surviving. And they did try to kill us. And then they didn't. And we were fine by the end. So we are going to do some crazy over-the-top stuff. But I wanted to point out that this kippah I wore because it shows Jerusalem. And if you're in a walled city like Jerusalem, the observance of Purim doubles. You're supposed to observe Purim for 2 days. I don't know if you knew that. And that still happens till today, that the observance of Purim doubles in a walled city, so I wore this. But that's not my costume. This is my costume, because it was my birthday this week. So if you thought I wasn't coming in costume today, and I brought him to celebrate with us too. He's going to watch over those mugs. That's the sneeches with the star upon theirs. Anybody know the sneeches? Anybody here have stars on your bellies? Shame on you, because we're all the same. Don't own up to that. That's not good. Okay. And by the way, I hid it in my bag that says, I'm getting good at getting older, because, I have learned from last week's lesson that I'm not getting older, I'm leveling up. And I am now up to level 60, and I am proud of all the experience points that I have accumulated on my way to get to level 60. So I would like us to jump around the service a little bit. We're going to start with some things that you never get to hear. And some things that we always get to hear. I want you to turn to page 2. And I want you to remember that the theme has sometimes to do with when you feel like there's no hope, or you feel like people are out to get us, and what we do in order to not be upset, how to keep hope when things are hard. Notice that we're all here together. I love that. So on page 2, please read with me. There are moments when we hear the call of our higher selves, the call that links us to the divine. Then we know how blessed we are with life and love. May this be a moment of such vision, a time of deeper attachment to the godlike in us and in our world, for which we all shall give thanks and praise We're now going to turn to page 102. But Rabbi, yes we are. Oh good, we're getting closer to the back of the book. You think we're getting closer to the back of the book. Bottom of page 102. Imagine what you were feeling during the time of Esther after Haman, created that evil decree. Imagine sometimes when things are hard for us today, we say this. Read with me, please. Eternal God, we thank you for your gift of hope, our strength in times of trouble. Beyond the injustice of our time, its cruelty and its wars, we look forward to a world at peace when men and women deal kindly with each other and no one is afraid. Every bad deed delays its coming. Every good one brings it near. May our lives be your witness so that future generations bless us. May the time come, as the prophet taught, when the sun of righteousness will rise with healing on its wings. Help us to pray for it, to wait for it, to work for it, and to be worthy of it. We praise you, O God, the hope of Israel. I love that prayer. There's so much in that prayer that I keep with me all week long, all year long. I love the line that says, every bad deed delays its coming and every good one brings it near. We know that the next thing we choose gets to bring it nearer. I love that. And be worthy of it. Let us be the blessing. May future generations bless us. We're now turning to page 14. Wear out that book, Rabbi. Go for it. In the mornings, what? It's not a morning service. I know. It's Purim. In the mornings, we have this tradition, and we have started doing it slightly differently than we used to do, where we chant these blessings that start our day as everyday miracles. We start our day with these blessings, and we chant a little bit in Hebrew, and we chant a little bit in English. So the first line of every blessing in Hebrew is, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and then we're going to take the second half in English, who has implanted mind and instinct within every living being. Think about all the miracles we've experienced already this year. So this next one, if you can read Hebrew, then you'll see that the very last word, and if you can't read Hebrew, you can still see that the very last word in Hebrew says Yisrael, which means Israel. The translation says, who's made me a Jew. So we have a tradition here that we welcome everybody to come to our services. And often we have many people who are not Jewish who are coming to our services. And we are glad that they're here. We want them to feel welcome. And possibly while they're here, we hope that they feel, as we like to say, Jewish. But in this case, we're going to say part of Israel, because that's what it says in the Hebrew. It says part of Israel in Hebrew. So you are welcome to say that prayer in English as who made me a Jew, or you are welcome to say that prayer in English as who's made me a part of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me a part of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me to be free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who helps the blind to see. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who clothes the naked. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who lifts up the fallen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who makes firm our steps. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who girds our people Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who crowns Israel with glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten le'ayif. I'm sorry, who gives strength to the weary. What language am I reading in? Sorry. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. Just for a short while longer, don't let us fall asleep. Sometimes I like to say that if I put you to sleep during Shabbat evening services, I have done my job, because you're supposed to rest on Shabbat. But tonight, I'm hoping that I keep you awake at least long enough to see the spiel. So the next thing we need to do, obviously, is take a deep breath. Could you tell I'm excited? So take a deep breath. Let all the stress out. Try again. We are going to continue on page 65 with the candle blessing. You notice somebody said they thought, like two people this week said they thought that those candles look like Mardi Gras candles. I don't know what you're talking about. I think they look like Purim candles. See, they're wearing their costumes and their masks. So we're going to rise for the blessings. Ron, would you come up and help me, please? You're next week. You guys are next week. You want to come up this week? You're next week. Come on, go. Okay, come on up. Good. Oh, okay, so please, thank you. Awesome, thank you. That explains things. No, thank you. That explains things. You should hear the conversation that we had today about, oh no, tonight's Purim Shabbat. Please, please, please. Thank you.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, b'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the lights of Shabbat.
Amen.
Let there be joy.
Let there be light.
Let there be peace.
Let there be Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue on pages 167 and 166 with the Kiddush, the sanctification of the day.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work, and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. You are welcome to be seated. Please bump elbows with someone who you've come in with and someone you didn't come in with. Wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You could wave at everybody. Wave at everybody. We're going to go back to page 66 and welcome this Shabbat bride. I have been in services in other communities where every single prayer that they do in Hebrew, they do to a different crazy melody. I'm not going to do that today, but I couldn't resist with Lecha Dodi trying to find a crazy melody to sing this to. I don't know why this is the one that popped into my head. I think it had something to do with diaspora. See if we can do this. I think we're going to do, I practiced the first verse, the chorus and the first verse, and we'll fake the last verse and then the chorus. We'll see if we could do that. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmiyanu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'lithilah. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Boiv shalom materet bala, gamba simcha uvetzohola. I'm not doing it. You should see the face my mom is making. Toch emuneam segula. Boi chala, boi chala. Try the chorus one more time with me, because you're making it sound better. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Okay, so you may not have known what song I was trying to sing it to, which is good, because then the royalties are not going to come after us for those things. But at least you sang whatever I was singing, so that was good. We are turning back to page 1. Rabbi, I've never looked at page 1. Is there even a page 1? I hope so. So we can make fun about this holiday, but I think that I think it was scary for a while, and I think that we sometimes are scared for a variety of reasons, and I want to remind you that you can count on God. Your greatness, Eternal One, surpasses our understanding, yet at times we feel your nearness. Overwhelmed by awe and wonder as we behold the signs of your presence, still we feel within us a kinship with the divine. And so we turn to you, O God, looking at the world about us and inward to the world within us, there to find you, and from your presence gain life and strength. We continue on page 69. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב, ומרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמך דקודשה בריחו, לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא, ומרו אמן. ברכו את אדוני המבורך, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. We go back to page 2, please, which actually means 3. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening. With wisdom you open heaven's gates, and with understanding you make the ages pass and the seasons alternate. Your will controls the stars as they travel through the skies. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You cause day to pass and bring on the night, separating day from night. You command the hosts of heaven. May the living and eternal God rule us always to the end of time. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Unending is your love for your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us. Therefore, O God, when we lie down and we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and rejoice in your Torah and mitzvot forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life and the length of our days. Then your love shall never depart from our hearts. We praise you, O God. You love your people Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated unless you want to help me lead this prayer. Anybody? Yes, no? Yes, no? No, yes? No? Yes? No? I can do this with my friend here. Come on, Sneech, you got this. Ready? ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם emet. Let's do it in English in case any of you like English too. Anybody? Okay, good. You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words, which I command you this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. And then we say, continue on page 5. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone are our God. There is none else, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign. You deliver us from the hand of oppressors and save us from the fist of tyrants. You do wonders without number, marvels that pass our understanding. You give us our life. By your help, we survive all who seek our destruction. You did wonders for us in the land of Egypt, miracles and marvels in the land of Pharaoh. You led your people Israel out forever to serve you in freedom. When your children witnessed your power, they extolled you and gave you thanks. Willingly they enthroned you, and full of joy, Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang this song. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. We are going to continue on page 74. Can you read with me, please, at the bottom of the page? Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Eternal God, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up to find our hearts waiting to do your will. We praise you, Guardian of Israel, whose love gives light to all the world. O God of Israel, may our worship on this day help us to grow in loyalty to our covenant with you and to the way of life it demands, the way of gentleness and justice, the path of truth and of peace. This is a melody you probably don't know, but it is in English. The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, observing the Sabbath in every generation as a covenant for all time, as a covenant for all time. Got it? Your turn. No, just kidding. The people of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, observing the Sabbath in every generation as a covenant for all time, as a covenant for all time. We are going to continue with the tefillah on page 93. Turn to page 93 and then please rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Koneh Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, u'mevii geula livnei v'neihem, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Page 94. God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth. God of life and death, be praised. Through us send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust. Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth we hallow your name. As it is said, y'all be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy. God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us, through Sabbath rest, to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all days. God who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God. Source of life and its wonders, be praised. You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are compassion. We give thanks to you forever. Please read with me below the Hebrew. God of peace, of justice, and of love, be praised. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family united in peace. God of peace, bless us with peace. We take a moment of silent prayer. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, God, my rock and my redeemer. Amen. At this time in our service, our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill or recuperating. We turn to the inside back cover of our prayer book. I'm going to invite you to call out names for whom you would like us to be praying for healing. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we pray together. Oh God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers are linked to theirs. And before we say the blessing, I meant to include, there are a lot of people who are healing right now from the tornado outside of Nashville last night. And there are a lot of people who are ill with the coronavirus, and we pray for their healing. I am hopeful because so far the vast majority of people who contract the disease are getting better, but I believe that our prayers can help. So we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. I invite you to please turn to page 181. I know, crazy service, right? Did you know that there's a prayer in here about the Shabbat before Purim? And I know that we're pretending that we're also observing Purim today, but I wanted to use these words as well. We come before you, O God, with words of thanksgiving for the blessing you have been to our people Israel and to all humanity. Purim brings to mind the suffering we have endured in many generations. Painful trials and bitter struggles, torments of body and soul have often been our portion. But sustained by the hope that goodness and love would triumph over evil and hate, we have persevered. Remembering the courage of Esther and the devotion of Mordechai, we give thanks for the women and men of every age who have helped to keep our people alive. We shall yet see the forces of destruction, cruel Amalek and vindictive Haman, vanish before the mighty onrush of your light and your love. And although many a bitter experience may await us before prejudice and hate will disappear, still we trust that in the end, all humanity will unite in love, knowing that they are one, children all of the eternal God. Amen. With that, we have added this blessing, Misheberach avotenu ve'imotenu. May the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we've entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom, protecting us or healing us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they've been called to serve. Give them courage to succeed and strength to persevere. May they return home safely. And let us say, Amen. It's time. So there is a blessing that you say before you read the Megillah, and this is our Megillah reading for now. We're going to say that blessing. It's a blessing that we say for fulfilling a commandment. So the first 6 words are the ones you learned already earlier today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. The next 4 words are words we said during the candle blessing, which you said so beautifully. Asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav vitzivanu. And then for listening to the Megillah, you say Al Mikra Megillah. Try it. Al Mikra Megillah, which you know means praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe. You made us holy by giving us commandments, and you commanded us about reading the Megillah. Would you go hit those lights for me over there? Well, give me a second. Let me turn everything on over here. Whoop. Dum-de-dum, dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Watch this abracadabra trick, everybody. Yeah. hope that's lined up correctly. Wait 1 sec. Well, you're going to turn it to 2 in a moment. But first, I have to turn on my computer to get to the computer. I hope you love this as much as I do. Wait. Did you see that? I did that. I hope you notice that all of the books it's standing on are all humor books. I just thought that was big book of Jewish humor. I thought that was appropriate. I think you're all going to be able to see it and hear it. Ready, turn on. It's open. Come on, wake up, wake up. Okay, here it goes. Good seat. It's looking for me. Recognizes me even with my hat on. You ready? Set.
Esther and the Wolf, a Purim Schpiel. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Persia. The capital was called Shushan. The king was called
You
Ahasuerus.
hear it?
Let me introduce
Max.
you to the king.
Wait, stop, I got this. Wait, stop. Try again. I'm so sorry. Let's get the stand. I meant to put the other one there. We gotta put this by a stand, and then it'll be able to hear it. We'll try again. La. There's too many nooks and crannies in this place. This, and this, and this. And now you should get the full impact and hear it. Ready? Take 3. Is that bad? It's not bad. I just didn't want you to see this without the full impact. Ready? Try again.
Esther and the Wolf, a Purim Schpiel. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Persia. The capital was called Shushan. The king was called Ahasuerus. Let me introduce you to the king. King Ahasuerus loved to party. In fact, our story begins while the king is having a party that lasted many months. The king was married to a beautiful queen. Her name was Vashti. Here she is dancing at the women's party. King Ahasuerus wanted to show off how beautiful his wife was. So he sent for her to come dance at his party, wearing her crown. She said no. The king's advisors told the king to get a new queen. He searched for the most beautiful women in the country, and he chose Esther. There are things you should know about Esther. She was being raised by her uncle Mordecai. Mordecai was so proud that Esther was chosen to be the queen, but he made sure to tell her that it would be best if she didn't tell the king that she was Jewish. One day, when Mordecai was walking by the palace gates, he overheard some guards talking. Mordecai realized that the guards were talking about killing the king. Mordecai made sure the king found out. The assassination was prevented. The king was saved. Mordecai was a hero. The king made sure to write about it in his special book. Let me tell you something about the king. He had a number of advisors. I want to tell you especially about one important advisor. His name was Haman. This advisor loved power. He convinced the king to let him be prime minister and get to create his own laws. He made a law that every time he walked by, everyone had to bow down to him, to Haman. Mordecai was Jewish and would not bow down to Haman. So the evil prime minister decided to kill all of the Jews. He chose the 14th of the month of Adar as the day it will happen. There seemed to be no way of stopping Haman. Mordecai and all of the Jews were miserable and frightened. Mordecai went to his niece, Queen Esther, and told her that she had to speak to the king to save their people. She was afraid to go to the king without being invited by him first. Mordecai explained that she was probably chosen to be the queen so that she could try to save the Jews. Queen Esther said that she would speak to the king, but all of the Jews needed to fast and pray first. They did. Esther got an idea. She invited the king to 2 parties. The king loved parties. The king really enjoyed the first party and was so excited afterward that he couldn't sleep. He asked for someone to bring him the book of awesome things that happened to him, to read to him and help him sleep. They read about how Mordecai saved him from having his soldiers kill him. The king realized that he hadn't yet honored Mordecai. The king decided to have a trusted advisor put the king's robes on Mordecai, put Mordecai on the king's finest horse, and parade Mordecai throughout the town, shouting, "This is how the king honors someone." You know which advisor got to do that to Mordecai? The one who hated Mordecai most. The advisor was Haman. Now the advisor really couldn't wait to kill Mordecai. There was a new gallows being built in the center of town to kill Mordecai. The building of the gallows was ordered and supervised by Haman. It was time for Queen Esther's second party for the king. She made sure that for this party, the king brought his most trusted advisor. The king and the advisor were having a great time at the party. But when the king looked at Queen Esther, she looked sad. He asked her what was making her sad and said that he would give her half of his kingdom to make her happy. She said that someone was going to kill her and her people. The king was shocked and asked, who would do such a thing? She pointed to the advisor and said, Haman. The king stopped the plans of the evil advisor. The gallows that were being built for Mordecai hanged that advisor instead. The king made Mordecai the prime minister, and all of the Jews were saved. From that day until today, the Jews celebrate that the evil advisor did not kill us. We still have Purim parties. We give food and treats to our friends and neighbors, and we find fun ways to retell this story. So now you know why we are telling this story and why we chose to do it in a fun, musical way. You are probably wondering why we call it Esther and the Wolf, since there wasn't a wolf in the story. Let me introduce myself. My friends call me Beezy Wolf.
Excuse me, Mr. Wolf. Wrong holiday.
I'm so proud of that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for that. And I should tell you that the boo and groggering was by the Hebrew students this year. They got a role in this also. Mr. President, your turn. You have a story for us tonight? Your turn.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Purim. Mazel Tov to everyone celebrating birthdays and anniversaries in March. Tonight's Oneg will be hosted by the Sisterhood and by Reed Turner's parents and grandparents in honor of Reed's birthday and all that are celebrating Simchas this month. Please remember that daylight savings time begins this Saturday night, so please remember to turn your clocks ahead. Jewish Federation Purim Carnival will be this Sunday from 11 to 1:30. Lunch will be catered by Imperial Cafe. No religious school, so students can spend their time at the carnival. If you have Mardi Gras beads that you do not need or want, please bring them to the carnival. We have a high school student turning this into a mitzvah project to give back to the cruise, so this will help to reduce waste. Please help. Hadassah Shower of Dollars will be a special event this year. It is this coming Tuesday, March 10th, 6:30 p.m. There will be a guest speaker, Randy Grigsby. He will discuss the book he wrote about the Tehran children. There is still a chance that Joseph and Rena Rosenbaum can attend, which would be very exciting for all.
They're still planning to. They're planning to. As of right now, they're still planning to come.
Joseph was one of the Tehran children. There is no fee to attend, but please consider making a donation to Hadassah. Friday, March 13th, a week from tonight, will be Hadassah Shabbat here at B'nai Zion. The women of Hadassah will lead the Shabbat evening service, and the local Shreveport chapter of Hadassah will host the Oneg Shabbat. Please also plan ahead, as the early bird deadline for Passover Seder is March 18th. Seder will be on Thursday, April the 8th.
Wednesday? Does
B'nai
it say
Zion,
Thursday or Wednesday?
isn't it
Does
Thursday?
it say Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, good.
Wednesday, April 8th.
Okay, good.
B'nai Zion will have a shredding truck on April 23rd, a week after Tax Day. There are many events this month that we were not sure about when bulletin was printed, so please check your email and online about upcoming events, such as the North Louisiana Jewish Federation is doing a March Madness basketball brackets.
Yeah. It's true. I just found out yesterday, so I'm letting you know. It's $10 a bracket, and you
Yes.
can do it online.
We will also have bowl painting, B-O-W-L.
Found out
painting,
yesterday, too.
At B'nai Zion for the food bank, March 26th, there will be opportunity to paint bowls that will benefit the hungry in our community. And please remember to bring paper and other confidential materials in April for the shredding. Again, that will be on the 23rd. Donations were made to B'nai Zion for pulpit flowers in loving memory of Carol Birchfield by Cliff Birchfield, in loving memory of Zelda Golder by Kathy Plant, in loving memory of Mary Louise Levy by Ann Cantor and Robert and Judith Levy, in loving memory of Fanny Rubenstein by the David Rubenstein family, in loving memory of Celia Murov Sider by Marcia Katzenstein and family, and in loving memory of my mother, Lalette Block, by Martin Palmer, Jerry, and me. Thank you.
Thank you. So one of the other things that's coming up is the 20th, which is what, 2 weeks from tonight? 2 weeks from tonight, we have a special guest speaker who confirmed today, who I think you're going to love, and I'm not going to tell you who it is yet. I don't want to make her too nervous. She's coming 2 weeks from tonight, and she's going to talk about it's Women's History Month, so she's going to be talking about the importance of telling your stories. And I hope that you come and make her feel welcome. You'll hear more about it during the week, but like I say, some of these events were just confirmed yesterday or today, and we're still bringing them to you. This is exciting. So at this point, I need to invite everyone with birthdays or anniversaries in March to please come up. I need 4 people with birthdays or anniversaries not in March to hold up the chuppah. We're going to put the chuppah up in the front. I'm going to take out our friend Mr. Sneech is here, if you would like, and there's more of these if you want. So if you want one of these, then take a blue one. If you want one of these, which are lovely with a rubber bottom, then take the boxed ones. Please take a gift. Whoop. Keep going, front, front, front. And what did I do with my book? I took it out and then I put it back. Birthdays, anniversaries, March. Come on up, come on, come on, come on, we need you. No, come on, is it your birthday, your anniversary? We need one more hand. John can do it all, but he doesn't have to. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're standing in here, you could help me with this, bless me too. God of days and of years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather this Shabbat in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of our friends with birthdays and anniversaries this month. Be with us always as the joy of our lives. May we be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May we have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. Then will our lives be filled with abundance of blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehecheyanu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu lazman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, for giving us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this season. Thank you. Please take gifts. Amen. Come on here. Come on, you two. Come with me and help me open up the ark. Everyone else, please turn to page 148. And get ready to rise for the Aleinu. Thank you. You ready? Page 148. You ready to rise? Thank you. Glad to be here for another birthday, to level up one more time, huh? Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoy haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gur aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu koreim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלאכי המלאכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And on the facing page we sing ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ark is closed. Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, please do. Take this banister. Thank you for taking your presents. You have to take your presents. We did this for you. We continue on page 151. I'm glad to tell you that we have had no additional losses in any of our first responders this week. That was truly a blessing. But we have lost 9 people in our military this year, 21 police officers, 2 canine officers, and 13 firefighters. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. I invite you to turn to page 153. In nature's ebb and flow, your eternal law abides. As you are our support in the struggles of life, so also are you our hope in death. In your care, O God, are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh. Your power gives us strength. Your love comforts us. O life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts. Fill us with trust in you and turn us again to the tasks of life. And may the memory of our loved ones inspire us to continue their work for the coming of your sovereign rule. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones who has died at this season in years past. We take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing yahrzeits this week include Moses Asher, Carol Birchfield, Lalette Black, Mabel Frank Bodenheimer, Jim Dawson, Jack Gold, Rachel Goldenberg, Zelda Golder, Sarah Greenberg, Norman Cal, Ella Cranston, Charles Lipo, Mary Louise Levy, Jacob Lieber, Dora Maurerman, Hugo Nagy, Peggy Owens, Fanny Rubenstein, Bernard Siegel, Celia Murov-Sider, and Rebecca Willer. In this moment of memory, our griefs and our sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The mourner's Kaddish is found on page 154. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen. You may be seated. I'm going to sing a closing song first. The closing song is found on page 99. We didn't get to do it earlier in the service. We're going to do it now. We're going to sing it like this. Hine ma tovu ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu ma na'im shevet achim gam ya, shevet achim gam ya, shevet achim gam yachad. Vilma See, we are celebrating remembering things that happened a long time ago. I think that happened a long time ago. We're also changing a little bit the minhag, the custom here. So we are going to call anyone who's under 13 to please come up and help me. But instead of getting to share the challah with everyone, we have a challah that's already pre-sliced, and you can take a few pieces for yourself, but share it only maybe with, whoop, throw it on the floor and see what happens. No, just kidding. I'll take that one. That's mine. Thank you. I know. Okay, wait. So before we do this, we'll have a new minhag. The new minhag goes like this. There's a blessing for washing hands. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. We thank you, God, you make us holy by giving us commandments, and you commanded us about washing our hands. It is true. There's more for adults out there, too, just like there's more challah for you out there, too. Ready? Hold on to the bottom. You got this. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lehem min haaretz b'te'avon. Now take some. Take some. You can take. Take some. Take. This may be all of yours. Go ahead, take all that. That's yours. Thank you. Please rise for the closing benediction. Thank you for indulging me in my backwards and forwards and up and down Purim. I am not trying to make light of the fact that we did survive, and I am grateful for that. But I do think that sometimes joyous occasions we remember the sad things, and sometimes sad occasions you have to laugh. So with that, it is a blessing for us to be here together. It is a blessing for us to celebrate together. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yosem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted up to you. May God grant you peace. Shabbat shalom. They were